Warning, the following video discusses adult topics and is not suitable for children. You have been warned. Okay? They thought it'd be funny to take off their pants. Yeah, that's where we're going. It wasn't like a thing that the school made us do until we turned like maybe like 6 or 7.
In an African household, I would get one dirty slap if I said that.
You get one dirty slap. Exactly, Jay, you understand? Like, bro, how am I supposed to talk about to my parents about circumcision? Today I learned what foreskin was.
What?
Now, I know this might be a little bit of a mad title, you know what I mean? This might be a bit of an AO. But I need you to stick with me. I need you to stay with me, okay? This story begins with a young and impressionable version of MAB. Now, I don't know how old I was, but I was pretty young. You know, like okay. I wasn't this young. Like I was definitely older than this. Like I was maybe like, I don't know. I don't think this is when I was 4. Like this is when I was 4, right? But I don't know. I may have been like, I don't need mine. Bro, put I think I might have been maybe like 6 or like 7.
Objection!
No, I can't be saying this shit. I can't be saying this stupid ass shit, bro. I'm too old to say that. Okay, I'm too old. This is not the version of me that I know now. There's no way I would have known what. You know what? I need to call it something else so I can actually speak. Let's call it banana peel. I think that's fair. That's fair, right? Like banana peel. Like we understand that banana peel goes on top of a banana, right? Like that is that understood? Okay. I did not know what banana peels were. I had no reason to know what they were. I would never have seen a banana peel because to me, I'd never had a banana peel, right? Banana peels were something that I didn't even know existed until this story happened. So let's explain the story. This story starts in a little place called the DLR Leisure Center in Meadowbrook. Now this is like this sort of, well, it's a leisure center. It's what it's called. It's I don't know what it's called in other countries. Like it has a swimming pool, it has a gym, it has all these other sorts of activities. You know, it has like pitches where you can play football, blah blah blah. This place is where this story starts because this is a story about me swimming. I basically started taking swimming lessons myself. My mom thought it was important for us to do swimming lessons, so we took swimming lessons. Maybe I think it was on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we would have swimming every Wednesday, right? From when I was like 4 years old to when I was like 12 years old, I was swimming every Wednesday. We started actually doing swimming in our school because our school was very close to this leisure center. Like if you walk down this road, our school was right there, right? Our school was right there. So it wasn't like a crazy thing for our school to do activities at the leisure center.
Yo, I usut to go there.
Giancarlo, shut up, man. You don't know it. You did not used to go there, bro. We would do swimming there. We did it in our own time, but like it wasn't like a thing that the school made us do until we turned like maybe like 6 or 7.
Objection!
Until we turned like 6 or 7. I think it was when we were in like 2nd class. I don't know what that would be for you guys now. Whatever grade or class you're in when you turn 8 years old. In that time frame, that's when this story occurred, right? So, in contrast of the stereotypes, I actually did know how to swim. I didn't struggle with it because I did lessons. Like I said, I did lessons outside of school, so I was aware of like how swimming worked. I knew my way around the pool. So when the swimming lessons came around in school time, it was a bit more of like a piss take. Like I didn't really think it was a serious thing. So I already knew how to swim. Like I'd been swimming for like 4 years already. There were people who hadn't ever swam before who did the swimming lessons, right? So, but I was not one of those people. I already knew how to swim. So when it was time to do the swimming in school, I was a pro. This is me at that age. Now I did have boobs. I did have hoops. That is me. That is not another child. That is not another child. It's me. Okay. Like, look. It's me. Okay. Look, that's me, guys. I was good at it, right? Like, it was a thing that I knew how to do. I was an experienced veteran swimmer. When we would do the swimming after school on Wednesdays, we would all be given our designated changing rooms, right? Like, you were given time to go and change, but everyone had their own changing room. But for some reason, when we did it with the school, it was all the boys were like in the same changing room, or like there was a large percentage of the boys in the same changing rooms. I don't know why they did that. Like, maybe there wouldn't have been enough of the like solo locker like changing room thingies for each person.
You definitely dropped the soap.
Don't say that,
purpose.
bro. This is innocent child. Look at how happy I was. Don't talk to me about dropping soap. Do you think he knew what that meant? Yeah, the story only happened because for some reason, like, all the boys had to go into the same changing room. I don't know why, but like, the truth is, we would all just be messing in the changing room before we went to swimming, right? Like, they'd give us maybe like 10 to 15 minutes to get changed. Everybody gets changed, and then we all go out to the swimming pool and then do our swimming lessons with school, right? It was funny though when we were changing the changing room, because everyone would be messing. Like, we'd be throwing, the goggles, we'd be taking each other's goggles, we'd be throwing each other's hats, all of that sort of shit, like we were boys, like 8, 6, 7-year-old boys. like you know what I mean? Like, we were kids, we were messing around, we were kids, okay? We were kids, we were allowed to be kids. But so I'm not gonna stop. I'm actually, I will never stop. I will never. I assure you, I'm not stopping. We were messing around in the changing rooms, but the messing started to get weird. Because for some reason, some people thought it would be funny. They thought it would be funny to, instead of throwing stuff at each other, they thought it would be funny to chase people around with their bananas. The boys thought it would be funny. They thought it would be funny. They thought it would be funny to take off their pants, yeah? They thought it would be funny to take off their pants. Yeah, that's where we're going. They thought it would be funny to take off their pants, yeah? And before they put their Speedos or their shorts on or whatever, start chasing each other around, doing this one here. Instead of changing, this is what they would do. And try and hit you with their thing. Like, try and hit you with their thing, bro. That's what they would do. That is what the kids would do. And you know what, yeah? I can sit here and I can say like, oh, it was so nasty, that. I won't even cap. It was so funny, bro. It was so funny, bro. But it was funny. It was funny until I noticed something really weird about their bananas. I took a look down, and I'm like, wait, that's not a banana. What is that? I didn't understand what was attached to these white boys. I didn't get it. Right? I didn't get it. Because what is that? What is that thing that is attached to you? Because that is not a banana, bro. Like I said, I'd never seen a banana with a peel. I'd never seen that before. Look at this kid. You think he knew anything? Do you really think he knew what that was? He didn't know. But I'm getting chased around by this. What the hell is this?
Yeah, dude.
Now, 6, 7-year-old MAB is asking himself, what the fuck is this? What is that? Because that is what's chasing me. But when I look down, that's not what mine looks like. Not to sound weird, but I knew what it's supposed to look like because I had one. Right? Because I have one. Now, it wasn't just because I had one, right? It's because when I was this age, when I was this small, I still had to like shower my brother or whatever. So like I had seen that as well, right? So I'm like, I know what that's supposed to look like because I have one, and I know my brother has one. So I'm confused. I came to the conclusion that like, and it wasn't just one boy. It wasn't just one. It was just all of them, and the only constant was that they were all white boys. So I came to the conclusion that I was like, oh, like that's just what white people. That's just what white bananas look like. Like I was just like that's just what they look like, bro. I didn't know. At this age, what the hell? Like I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known what that was. You get me? At this age, I wasn't like looking at any crazy sites or any of that sort of stuff. At this age, like I was not doing none of that stuff. I was a very clean, hopeful, innocent human being. Look at his face. Like look at his face. You think he knew? You think he knew what a banana peel was, bro? He didn't know anything. And these weird ass kids were destroying his innocence by chasing them around with this monstrosity. With this thing. I'm getting chased by this thing. What even is that? That's not okay. And this is even making it light. It was like it didn't even look like that. Like it was like skinnier, right? It was like skinnier, right? And it was like there was a lot more of the peel, if you get what I'm saying. There was a lot more peel, right? And the peel would just be hanging off of the banana, right? And I was just like, what the fuck what is on you? Like, what is that, bro? You know? I felt like I was crazy with the ketchup dip on the side. This is the closest thing I could find without potentially demonetizing myself. Like, I can't obviously get an actual picture, but like, for the longest time, I'd say until I was, how much older did I get? I think I was way, way older before I even understood what a circumcision was. Like, I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. It's not a thing that like I don't sit down with my mom and she's like, yeah, you got circumcised at this age. Like, that's not a conversation. In the African household, bro, what? We don't talk about that sort of shit. Like, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know it was a thing that could happen to anyone. Like, I didn't know.
Stream on Kick.
Stream on Kick? No, I'm not streaming on Kick. You want me to stream on Kick so I can show you some team? You get me? Hey, yo! I lived my life not knowing what it was until way later on. And later on in life, I figured it out. I must have been in secondary school. Like, I must have been maybe like 12 or so before I knew. So imagine, from the age of 7 until 12, I thought like that's just how white people bananas look like. Like, I genuinely just thought like that's that extra skin. It doesn't that's just a thing that is supposed to be there, like, for them. Like, it's just a white person thing. Like, that's what I thought it was. When I was like maybe 12 years old, someone told me what it meant. Like, that it was like there was like this thing that they don't do, right, called circumcision. Like, a black friend in secondary school told me this. Not my mom, not my dad. They didn't tell. Again, this is not a thing that African household, bro. Immigrant household, bro. You think we're talking about this shit? Like, you think we're talking about that? Yeah. I don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
In an African household, I would get one dirty slap if I said that.
You get one dirty slap if you say exactly, Jay, you understand? Like, bro, how am I supposed to talk about to my parents about circumcision? You know, like, what? Like, it's not a comfortable environment to be talking about that sort of shit. You know what I mean? Like, no.
WTF y'all got going on in the UK?
I'm not from the UK, in the lead. I'm from Ireland. A lot of Irish people wouldn't say I'm Irish though, but so. He told me what it meant. I was like, oh, so you guys are just nasty. And then he told me all the stuff that happens when you don't get your banana peel cut off. He told me like that, oh, if they don't clean it, they get this thing that grows around their thing and it gets all, I'm like, what the hell? I just thank God. And then now I'm questioning the white boys in my ear. I'm like, what is that? Like, so that's what that is. And they're telling me, oh, you actually lose sensitivity in your banana if you don't cut the peel off. I'm like, bro, if you cut the peel off, you lose a little bit of sensitivity. I'm like, I don't know. I prefer not to grow what's it called again? Smegma? like, what do they call it, bro? I don't even know what it is. Like, I don't know. What's it called? Is that what it's called? Chat. Like what is that? What is that, bro? I've never had that. What is that? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is because I've never had that.
Bros
You know what
asking
I mean?
minors for the answer.
Oh, sorry, Jay. I forgot you're like, I should not have asked. I just asked if you know what it meant because I was an innocent kid. I didn't know, and I still don't even know. You never heard that word ever. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't research. Don't research. I don't want to. I don't want that on my conscience. Loki, don't do this. Don't do this, bro. Don't do it. Moral of the story, cut your foreskin off, bro. Just cut it off, bro. Cut that shit off. Like, I don't know why people, and then they're like proud of it. They're like, no, actually, you're cleaner if you keep it because it means you have to wash it. Bro. Just cut that shit off. What are we talking about? Do you understand what your thing looks like? Like, you look like this. You look like this, bro. Some people don't have a choice. It's up to the parents. Yeah, I understand that. I obviously did not have a choice because I was just, all I knew was the version without the extra banana peel. That's all I ever knew because the choice was made for me. And you know what? I'm happy that choice was made for me because what do you mean? Like, people that haven't really be like advocates for foreskin. They're like, yeah, man, just pull it back, man. What the fuck is that? Like, ew, bro. Cut that shit off, man. Ew, you nasty, dirty dog. I did want to start with a little bit more of a nasty story, a bit more of a dope story because you get me. Like, I didn't think I needed to set the tone. Who asked me why I started with this sort of story? Was it Loki? This is why. Because I don't need little kids in my shit, bro. This is not for you. This is not for y'all. I'm sorry.